I've been wanting to try this chippy for quite some time. It's just getting round to, there's just so many great chippies in the north of England, and I'm looking forward to, in a few weeks time, we'll be going down south, checking out a few down there. There'll be one in Birmingham, and really I want to get, when the weather warms up, I want to do some plenty of coastal stuff, seaside resorts, but in the meantime, this is an award-winning chippy, and it's got some great things going on the menu, so let's have a little look. First things first, this is a pea fritter. Now I'm going to cut this in half, or take a little piece off it. And basically, yeah, it's a pile of mushy peas, covered in batter and deep fried. And it actually looks delicious. Oh, yeah, that gets a no. That is absolutely scrumptious. That is something special. Now we go for the fish and chips. And how good does that look? Oh, them chips, look at them chips. Oh, crispy. And they've been in that box for a little while. I'm giving them a no, because they're just how I like them. All kinds of misshapes, some nice chunky ones, some nice crispy ones. I don't know where to start. Oh, they're delicious. I'm going to put some of them on the bar. After I've tried some of this fish, I'm going to take a little bit from the end here. Oh, the batter is nice and light. It's sweet. I say sweet, it's not like sickly sweet. It's got flavour. That is nice. The fish is flaky. Let's try a little bit from the fat end. Look at that. Nice thin batter, light. Nice flaky fish. You can see why it's an award-winning chippy. Oh, I just don't want to stop. I don't want to stop just now. My music comes along with me anyway, and we make a day of it. It's a bit of a hobby for us, and we love it. That's part of our favourite food. More me than my wife. She likes all the little bits that come with it, like the pea fritter. We've also brought, it's my youngest daughter's birthday today, so we paid them a visit and we brought them with us. They're in the truck eating a bag of chips, and they'll eat whatever is left from this. If there's anything left from this. Right, I've got something super special here. I'm excited about this. I've never tried rag pudding before, and that's what we've got right here. So I'm going to compare a baby's head, which is the steak and kidney pudding, and in some parts of the north here they say baby's head, or baby's head, baby's head, and leave the hat on. So it's something like, I'm a million miles away. I'll have Baby's Yed and leave tat on, which is leave the hat on, which is, it looks supposed to look like a baby's head. So if we tip it out, and when they say leave the hat on, I mean leave the tin on. Keeps it together, keeps it warm until they're getting where they're going. Or they can just eat it straight out of the tin. Or the hat from the baby, the baby's hat. There's another word. There's another few words that somebody said to me, I can't remember, see if I can remember it. Baby's Yed are floating. I'm sure that's right. Which is gravy, which is putting the steak and kidney pudding in gravy on a tray. So anyway, I mean, like I said, I could be a million miles away. Let me know in the comments how far away am I and what you might call these. So that's the pudding. This is the rag pudding. Now this is what I've been dying to see. And basically, what it is, it's steak, stewed steak and gravy, in a suet again, because this is a suet pastry. That's steamed, and this is boiled, often boiled with muslin cloth for ages, for an hour more, even if the internal has been cooked. So I'm itching to give this a try, to compare the two. So let's get into this. I'll just cut a little bit of this off, so we can see what's going on inside. And it's really like it looks like a steak pie. Steak and gravy pie. Oh. Go straight for the steak pudding. It's very similar. The mince is a little finer than it is in the rag pudding. You know what? They've got their own tastes. So I'm going to go with a little bit more of this one. It's much heavier, thicker content. Given the choice, I will go for that. If I want something on top of chips, I will go for that, and I can just flatten it, let it spread out across the chips, let the gravy mix in with the chips, and oh yeah, this is good. There's my chip balm. Right, okay, quick tidy up. Don't like all this. My chips are falling off. Gone a bit cooler, but I don't care. I'm going to put some more salt on. Lots more salt on. And actually that'll do. Let's go for this chip balm. Now then, there's a lot of, depends where you are in the country, you'll hear chip butty. I struggle to say it because I'm from the north. And you'll hear chip butty. There's no right way of saying it, I guess, because it all depends on how you pronounce the U. But, you know, I say, oh, whereas down south I might say, ah. It's hard to say it. It's like a southerner trying to say, oh. It's not easy. It's not easy to do. I know it sounds strange, but it's just not easy to do for either way. But I say chip butty. And this is a chip balm cake, or chip bat, or, oh, there's so many different words for this bread cake even, like burger bun really. We'll go back to the computer now. We'll look at a couple of reviews. Bad one, if I can find one. An average one. 5-star one. And then I'll create my own review on Google. Yeah, see you back there. I've got a bit of picking to do with all this food, especially that rag pudding. So as you can get by that outdoor review there, you can see that the pea fritter was firm. It was, you could slice it and it was, oh, the taste, because the batter was very, very thin, and that made a big difference to some of the pea fritters out there with the thick batter, a nice thin batter, and thick, firm, mushy peas inside. Oh, and then there was the rag pudding. Lovely. I had to compare, because they're both in a suet pastry. The steak and kidney pudding, or even steak pudding, is in a suet pastry, but it's steamed. The meat is already cooked, but the actual suet is steamed. The rag pudding, again, with a cooked interior, in a muslin cloth, usually, and it's boiled for maybe about an hour. So it's a different cooking method and different filling. I found that the filling in the rag pudding was chunkier. It was a different colour as well, a slightly different texture, whereas with the steak and kidney pudding or steak puddings, it's a very thin gravy. Which one would I go for? I think I would go for the pudding if I wanted to squash it all over my chips. And I would go for the rag pudding if there was an option for that. I'd go for the rag pudding. And you could eat that standalone. You could eat that on its own. No problem at all. So the fish and chips, excellent. Everything about the place, absolutely wonderful. And cash a card. It's cooked in oil, palm oil, but absolutely perfect. If you go into the description of the video, each of the video will tell you the hygiene rating, what I spent, the type of oil used, and so on. You can find that in each of the videos in the description. Just have a little look through there. There's loads of links as well to the website, so check all that out. Let's have a look at these reviews. And it's rated at 4.6 here, with 1,613 reviews. It's won all kinds of awards. It's been a favourite in that community for quite some time. 1 star. This chippy for us is the best. Only the food in town. Unfortunately, we went today and the chips were like rubber and not fresh. The fish was full of bones and not nice at all. The chicken nuggets were not fresh and tasted like cardboard, and the rag pudding tasted like fresh air. That's because we paid and never got it. Very disappointed. So they paid for the rag pudding and didn't get it. It must have been a delivery or something, or maybe they walked out with the bag of food and never got the rag pudding. Okay. 3 star. There were too many bits of chips in with the proper looking chips. About 15%. I'm saying that 15% of the chips were little bits of chips, it seems there. Possibly more. I'm led to believe that this can be caused by the chips being mechanically cut. To be honest with you, I don't really care that much whether it's a machine or hand cut. It doesn't bother me. What would bother me is if they were frozen chips, you know, and ordered in. That would bother me. I like the chippy to prepare their own chips, and I don't whether use a knife or a machine, to be honest. Not really. We got a 5 star. Just had the fish and chips special, which was delicious. Best peas ever. Tea or coffee is included with the meal. Value for money. Comfortable environment and clean toilets. I'll definitely come back. See, that's great. That's great to have a place where it's got tables and chairs and, you know, you can sit and eat there, because it's not in a busy location. Not really. It's not just off a main road, but it's not in a busy area, really. And to be able to go and sit in and have toilets, you know, you can't argue with that. Let's have a look at my review. 5 star. I'm giving this a 5 star. I couldn't have given it any less. I wouldn't want to have given it any less. It was fantastic, and I highly recommend, if you're an hour away or whatever, you don't even live in the town, make a little detour and go and grab some food from there. It was absolutely delicious. I anticipated that this traditional chippy would be good, yet it exceeded my expectations significantly. The food was excellent. The chips were tender on the inside and encased in a crispy exterior. The fish was exceptional and a generous portion. I felt compelled to sample the pea fritter and rag pudding, and both I'll have again. The staff were friendly and engaged in conversation. The chippy presented itself as clean, orderly and spacious, offering seating for those who might prefer dining in over takeaway. Additionally, a modest car park is situated adjacent to the chippy. Overall, the experience was wonderful and comes highly recommended. The pea fritter, it was something else. The rag pudding, A pea fritter and a rag pudding and a portion of chips would make a great meal. So that's it. Join me on the next one. Thank you. This is a brand new channel for 2024. So if you like this video, subscribe, share it, like it, hit the notification bell. And if you have any recommendations in your area, put them in the comments. Thank you.